Happy Friday, everyone. Today we are starting up a new game. This time it is going to be Signalis. More of a recent release than some of the stuff I've been playing lately. This came out October 27th, 2022, and it is made by Rose Engine and was published by Humble Games. Signalis takes some of its inspiration from the oldest of the Silent Hill and Resident Evil games, which for some of y'all might not know, those games were notable for being horror games that had a sort of fixed camera view. So you would enter a room and there would be a camera view that you are looking down at your character. So not quite isometric, but more like in the upper corner of the room is a camera watching you, the character that you control. Ah, yes, Alone in the Dark likes. Thank you, Daedalus. You know how this works. In any case, though, this game is really something special, I think, and I look forward to playing it with y'all. So, and for those of you joining me, thank you for granting me the honor of allowing me to show this to you. Let's hop right in, shall we? You should hear a very soft hum and some little bits of beeping as I move between menus. That is not my resolution. There we go. Favorite horror game of all time. Understandable. I absolutely get it. Audio seem fine? Oh, Daedalus said do, so yes, it must be. Wake up. Game starts off incredibly strong with some gorgeous pixel art. And we are in control. We can walk, we can sprint, and we always look toward our mouse cursor. The lock is defective. This door cannot be opened. L-Star RLM. Elster features Repair Logic Module. Serving our great nation as ship technicians aboard the scout vessels of the Penrose program, Elster-type replicas, like yourself, are equipped with a specialized Repair Logic Module, RLM, allowing them to quickly and easily repair both themselves and important mission equipment. Accessing the RLM functions. Enter the inventory screen by pressing Tab. Select the item to repair with A or D. Press F to open the command menu. Select the Combine option to enter Combine mode. While in Combine mode, select a second item to repair. Press F again to combine both items. To repair damage to the replica body, select a suitable repair item and simply choose Use option from the command menu. Sometimes it can be helpful to take a good look at an object from all sides. Select the Inspect option in the command menu to enter Inspect mode. While in Inspect mode, you use WASD to rotate the item to look at it from all sides. Penrose 512. Scout Vehicle Status Monitor. Status: Critical System Failure Detected. Location: Unknown Planetary Surface. Crew status: A. Yong, Gestalt Pilot, no signal. Elster 512 Replica Unit, active, Mess Hall. Hard landing on surface has damaged critical systems. Warning: surface temperature critically low. Wear protective clothing during AVA. Picked up adhesive tape. Penrose-type vessel field operations manual. Penrose-type vessels of the Eurasian People's Navy are low-cost space exploration vessels deployed beyond the solar system's edge in search for planets and moons fit for habitation or rich in natural resources to support the continuous growth of our great nation. All Penrose vessels are piloted by a Gestalt Scout officer supported by a Land Survey Ship Technician replica, Elster. This partner system of Gestalt replica cooperation has proved successful in countless previous Scout operations. Mutual control and support allow both the Gestalt officer and the Technician replica to perform at their optimal capacity. Once the vessel is catapulted toward the edge of the solar system by an orbital mass driver, the pilot may adjust the course from the flight deck, while the replica will take care of mechanical maintenance of the vessel. Smeared diary page. Cycle 5-7. Woke up from cryo and mess hall. I was wondering, Elster looking out, flight like some lost in. Sometimes I feel is home. There's no 0 key. The lock is defective. This door cannot be opened. Adhesive tape, a transparent polypropylene-based pressure-sensitive tape that can be used for joining, sealing, attaching, and mending. I can't use this here. small roll of adhesive tape. Our diagnostic says that we are in the middle between hypersensitive and catatonic, and in the middle between fragmented and over clustered. I think that says. Polypropylene. Penrose 512 airlock controls locked. Insert keycard. There's an Ava suit in the case. The suit has been removed from the case. Lots of German text in this game, but also a lot of it is localized. Usually in the form of the covers still of books and such still being in German, but the first thing is a readout and translation of it in English. The starboard controls panel. The controls aren't responding to any input. Probably an electrical failure. The ship has crashed in an icy landscape. The ship's control panel. Judging from the readout, there's no chance it'll ever fly again. A faded photograph is stuck to the LDAM controls. Picked up photograph. The landing and docking assist monitor. It is of no use to me now. The ship's control panel. It's a lost cause. The port control panel. There's been a critical system failure due to the hard landing. A photograph taken on self-developing film. Despite the damage, Ariane Yang can still be seen on it. It looks like the pigment was damaged by time and exposure to the elements. KRYO. Two pieces of a key, snapped in half, lie inside the cryogenic pod. Pick up airlock key. A magnetic keycard that allows access to the Penrose airlock controls. It's snapped in half. If I can find a way to hold both halves together precisely, it might still work. It's been mended with tape. The magnetic strip is lined up perfectly, so it should work again. Used airlock key. A game by Rose Engine. There's a strange hole leading deep into the ground. There's a faint light glowing in the deep. Crawl into the hole. The national flag. Dark pictures of a coastline and an island. Are they photographs? Textbooks on radio operation. They look old and worn. Old Imperial cereals. I'm pretty sure these are banned. A light switch. I'd rather not turn it off. The door won't open. Where could it possibly lead to? An old wooden wardrobe. A heavy safe box wrapped in chains. A radio transmitter. It seems to be connected to the computer. An ancient-looking tome is lying on the table. It feels like it is calling to me. Pick up the king in yellow. Picked up the king in yellow. Great holes secretly are digged where Earth's pores ought to suffice. And things have learnt to walk that ought to crawl. Remember our promise. Wake up. Lang orbital, S29 Sierpinski. Came all the way here to find her. There's no turning back now. And yes, as a side note, for any narrative-focused games I play, spoiler policy is absolutely nothing related to anything relating to anything related to further in the game. Welcome to S23 Sierpinski. You've been selected or have elected to be relocated by Aeon to S23 Sierpinski. Located on Lang at the frontier of the solar system, S23 Sierpinski is the perfect place for a new beginning. At a prestigious vocational school facility, you will learn new skills to shape your future as a productive citizen of our wonderful nation. Here you will learn all about mineral extraction, ore refinement, and munitions production, helping the war effort against the remnants of the Empire. And of course, learning is not just about theory. Aeon lets you earn your share while practicing your new craft right at the workplace. Concerned about your family, friends, former colleagues? Ask a protector about our ration sharing plan. A portion of your ration marks will be sent to a beneficiary of your choice. A surface access lift. I don't need to go back. There's a keycard with a note taped to the window of the reception. Due to staff shortage, report new arrivals at classroom 4C Northeast. Picked up receptionist key. A magnetic keycard that was taped to the reception window. A visitor pass for Aeon Facility S23 Sierpinski. Photograph. A photograph taken on self-developing film. Despite the damage, Alina's CO can still be seen on it. It looks like the pigment was damaged by time and exposure to the elements. Used receptionist key. It's locked. It requires a key. The rule of 6. Remember the rule of 6. Never carry more than 6 items on your person. Property is a privilege. Keep your pockets empty and your bag light. Hey, Bad Wrench. It most certainly is not, but I want the chat to treat it as if it is. Or rather, treat it for the sake of the viewers, for which it truly is. Service request form F29. Data Filing Service Request Form 8421-4, Full Protector ID of Unit Filing Request, Euler S2309, Replica. Status Staff, Department. Full Protector ID of Unit Processing Request, ARAR S2303, Replica. Service Object, Mond and Tocher High Security Wall Safe, Numeric Keypad. Location of Object, Classroom 4B. Description. The wall safe in Classroom 4B keeps resetting to the default combination. What's the point of the whole radio code broadcasting system if our safe can only be opened with the code in the manual? Yep, cheers, Bad Wrench. This is maybe my third time going through. Maybe fourth. Memorandum, wall safe codes. It has come to my attention that at least one worker might be aware of the code broadcasting frequencies for the protector wall safes. Any workers connected to this leak are to be interrogated until the culprit is found. I'm restricting all radio privileges for workers until further notice. Adler. Keep records. Protocol everything. Remember, if you didn't write it down, it never happened. Get the right forms from administration and save your files frequently. Progress saved in File 1. Save, comma, scum. No running in the hallways. No running in the hallways. Be mindful of your neighbors. Everyone can hear you run. An Elster unit? Says Star. You should leave this place. This facility is lost. Turn back before it's too late. I'm looking for this woman. Have you seen her? I don't know her, but she might be one of the workers. All Gestalt workers were sent to the mine below the facility. If she's still alive, she's probably down there. There's an access elevator to the mine shaft one level below, but you'll need an administrator's key to use it. I'll be out of here as soon as this repair patch stops my bleeding. You should get out of here too. I don't know who that woman is, but she's probably dead by now. If you still want to go, good luck. Gestalt? Oh god, have I been pronouncing it wrong? Gestalt? Gestalt? Okay. I've been pronouncing it with a J. Gestalt. Picked up Protector key. Level 1, Protector, S23, blank, Observation. Use protector key. I can see an empty classroom on the other side of the window. The glass seems like it's tinted, or a one-way mirror. The terminal is locked. It requires a password. Pick up pistol. Picked up pistol. Picked up aperture card. Type 75 pistol, user manual. The Type 75 pistol is a short recoil operated locked breech semi-automatic pistol chambered in 10x20mm. This reliable, versatile handgun is the standard issue sidearm for Aeon Protector controller staff. Replica users, remember to first equip the Type 75 pistol in the inventory screen to designate the pistol as your primary weapon for the targeting module. To deploy the weapon, hold right click to disengage the safety and enter targeting mode. While in targeting mode, left click and space will both fire the weapon. R will initiate a reload. Remember, do not waste ammunition, for it is a resource of the nation. When a target is down, try to finish it off by kicking or hitting it with a baton to preserve ammunition. Memorandum. Terminology. I announce the following by order of Aeon. Due to recent events in accordance with the new Aeon Public Interest Media Regulation AGM 87, the term, which is currently in use in various Aeon facilities, is no longer permissible and must no longer be used. Premises and departments that are currently using the term are to be immediately renamed. Management personnel shall black out the term from all signage and documents until replacement terminology is announced by Aeon. With immediate effect, usage of the term in conversation and correspondence is an offense, obscenity to the state, to be punished with 2 cycles of double work shift. It may not be easy, but we all have to do our part here. Always remember, our language shapes our world. A perfect world requires a perfect language. Adler. A semi-automatic pistol. Fires 10mm ammunition from a 10-round magazine. Easy to use, high rate of fire. Type 75 Protector. Low damage but large magazine capacity and high rate of fire. Aperture card. A card with a piece of microfilm mounted inside. The text on the film is much too small to read with the naked eye. A dead Yule unit. Why was she abandoned here? Gestalt. Oh, hello. You don't belong here either, do you? I'm Isa. Isa Ito. You should be careful. There's something wrong with this place. I don't know what happened, but it's probably dangerous to go any further. And that's okay, I understand. I have something I need to do too. Take care. I hope you find who you're looking for. Dictionary. Replica. Replica. Noun. Plural replicas. Replica. Shortened form of archaic replicat, copy, or replica. Biomechanical person. Synthetic reproduction of a gestalt. Biological culture grafted onto an artificial endoskeleton enclosed in a protective exoskeleton. Gestalt. Gestalt. Noun. Plural. Gestalts. Shortened from archaic Urgestalt, original shape, compared to archetype or prototype. A person that is not a replica. Use aperture card. Used aperture card. Manda Tocho High Security Wall Safe Numeric. This wall safe complies with Eurasian Public Safety Equipment Regulations 41 and 43 and features a high density craft stall door and secured with a numeric keypad. Proudly produced on Heimat by Webmond and Tocho Tresor Technic. Instructions for use. Enter the code using the keypad. Press the confirm key in the lower right corner. If correct, a green light will light up. Rotate the dial on the left to open the door. To clear any previously entered digits, press the E key in the lower left. First time setup. Enter the factory default code 204512 to open the safe. While the door is open, enter the desired new code in the keypad. Press and hold the confirm key for 10 seconds until the green light lights up. Issa's note. Erica, if you find this note, despite everything that's happened, I've come to look for you. Issa. The safe in classroom 4B keeps resetting to the default combination. Enter the factory default code 204512. Picked up classroom key. A magnetic keycard from classroom 4C. Opens the classroom 4C doorway in the aula on level 1. Again, a marker used to cover up a word on it. Pick up repair patch. Picked up 10mm ammo. A sealed single-use adhesive patch containing a coagulation agent to patch up damaged areas. Restores a small amount of health over time. Coagulant case stops fluid leaks quickly and reliably by thickening replica oxidant fluid into a gelatinous mass. National Army 10-20mm full metal jacket cartridges, not particularly powerful but usually easy to find. Used classroom key. There's a hole in the ground. It looks like I can drop down safely. Drop down the hole. Diary. The protectors have been worried lately. They're hiding something. There's less of them. Ration plan keeps changing. Alina says I am imagining. At them I can feel their fear like it's my own. What are they scared of? I love that image. Scrawled note. Kick them while they're down. 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 Alina's diary. Feeling a little lightheaded today. I hope it's not that new flu that seems to be going around. I can't afford to miss any more shifts. That Storch at the factory was chewing me out for what felt like hours for fainting at work the last time I got a cold. I haven't seen Elster the last few days. I hope she's okay. More and more people go missing in the mine lately, including replicas. Not even the protectors seem to be safe. Service Request Form F29, Data Filing Service Request Form 84216, Full Protector ID of Unit Filing Request, Star S2306, Replica, Status Guard, Department Worker Quarters, Full Protector ID of Unit Processing Request, ARR S2305, Replica, Service Object, Himmel Type D Automatic Security Door. Location of object, Worker Block A6 Corridor. Description. The lock on the staff door in A6 is jammed again. Requesting a locksmith. Service status. Electronic reset key is nowhere to be found. I set up a lock-picking kit, but management bumped the elevator engines up in priority, so next shift we'll have to pick the lock. It's just trial and error at this point. Find me if you need a key to open the service hatch, or ask management, whatever. Oof. Service hatch key required. Greetings, Dusk. Elevator controls locked. Insert protector identification. I need a protector identification card to unlock the elevator control panel. Pick up service hatch key. Picked up service hatch key. Vertical map of S-23 Sierpinski. Lang Orbital Surface Factory. Workers, Hospital Wing, Personnel, Protectors, Operation Command, Mine Access. West Wing key required. Welcome, Pro Striker. We just started up. A small tubular lock key. Nothing of note. It unlocks from the other side.
Take this love.
Talad, you have gifted 5 subscriptions to the community.
Thank you. As always, thank you. It's always a balancing act, you know? How much streamer stuff you do versus how much you protect the sanctity of the mood that the game is trying to provide. It's time is good for most games, but I think it's not as great for this one. Likewise, you may have noticed that to another place, the usual redeem is not available. Use service hatch key. The screen shows the image from the connected ultrasound sensor. So, an ultrasound sensor mounted to the side of the lock. It's connected to the lock-picking device. So here's the thing here. I happen to know how locks work, and so this is really self-explanatory to me. But I've heard of a lot of folks actually having quite a lot of trouble with this, because it relies on you actually understanding how a lock functions internally.
Take this love.
GC, the Gray Area, gifted 5 subscriptions to the community.
You are all so generous. Flashbacks to the stream where I've showcased the lockpicking game. It's something you can look up for sure. Ultimately, though, there's a bit of a line between the two pieces of metal, and there's also little lines on each of these pins. You need to make it so all of that lines up with each other. Like so. Kipper's talking about the stream where I showcased the lockpicking game is referring to Sophie's Safe Cracking Simulator, which is exactly what it sounds like. It allows you to... It is a fully modeled and accurate form of a safe, but with adjustable to cartoony levels tolerances on the safe itself, along with a very cute system of...
Take this love.
Conley Basher gifted 1 subscriptions to the community.
Thank you. Very funny gimmick of you are allowed to put a note in a safe and then provide that safe seed to another player, and the only way they can read that note is by actually cracking the safe themselves. Very fascinating concept for a game, and as a result, I know conceptually how one would crack a safe given enough time, rather. In any case, though, back to it. And thank you. The box is locked. It looks like it requires some sort of square-shaped key. Pick up repair pouch. The rule of 6. 6 items. That is all you may have. The exception is we can put things in these red storage bins. And this is a temporal storage that, if we find a different red storage bin, it will also contain the same content. The name of the location is even censored in the save menu. East Wing Key. Interrogation report. Subject worker S23A6514, Chen William. Offense, contraband found in locker. Result, confession. Punishment, no food, 3 cycles. Subject worker S23A3054, Wang Michaela. Offense, illegal use of radio. Result, confession. Punishment, ISO 2 cycles. Subject, worker S23A4952, Wang Wolfgang. Offense, illegal use of radio. Result, expired during interrogation. Punishment, none. Subject, worker S23A3928, Huo Franz. Offense, obscenity to the state. Result, passed out during interrogation. Punishment, double work shift 2 cycles. Worker S23A7331, Huang Emily. Offense, trespassing. Result, expired during interrogation. Punishment, none. Wunderwaffen. Super weapons of our nation in the battle against the Empire. Falk units. Memorandum, wall safe codes. It has come to my attention that at least one worker might be aware of the code broadcasting frequencies for the protector wall safes. Any workers connected to this leak are to be interrogated until the culprit is found. I'm restricting all radio privileges for workers until further notice. Adler. Another copy of the same note. Pick up disposable stun prod 2. Electro-impulse devices. Due to recent events, all facility staff members are encouraged to familiarize themselves with the use of electro-impulse devices. We've been supplied with a shipment of EIG-2 disposable stun prods for training purposes. Please refer to the enclosed handbook for more information. Electro-impulse EIG-2. The EIG-2 stun prod is a single-use short-range disposable non-lethal solution for incapacitating non-cooperative individuals. It can be equipped to the tool slot in the inventory screen. Once equipped, it will be shown on the lower left of the inventory screen. The EIG-2 stun prod can be used with one hand while on the move and even while aiming another weapon. Once equipped, to use the stun prod, simply press C while facing a nearby enemy. Warning, high-voltage electric discharge may arc to individuals close to the target. Use with care. Do not deploy on elderly, pregnant, or individuals with known heart disease unless absolutely necessary. Dispose of stun prod properly after use. One moment. There. Something has changed. Used east wing key. A single-use short-range high-voltage electroshock weapon can be used one-handed. Non-lethal weapon that instantly incapacitates all targets in range with arcing electricity. The stall is locked. Someone inside? Picked up repair patch. Ammo. Service request form, R90. Data filing service request form 84213. Full protector ID of unit filing request Euler S2303 replica. Status staff. Department kitchen staff worker quarters. Object Euler RKM7 spatial navigation module. Note: my mapping module is still defective and won't show any map data. I keep getting lost on my way to work and back. I had to sleep in a hallway last cycle because I couldn't find the staff elevator to get to my dorm. Please, I can't find my way around this place without a map. Mars. Mensa key. Magnetic keycard for the worker Mensa. Temporary 14, S23 logistics, Mensa access, only for kitchen personnel. Euler. Simple universal light replica, Ewell. I would like to say channel points. Used Mensa key. Pick up 10mm ammo, 4. It shall be done. Is the game screen visible, or does the brightness need to be adjusted? It didn't save my setting. I changed it. Glad I asked. Picked up West Wing key. West Wing access pass. Worker. CO. Alina. Storch. You don't look like you belong here. You're an Ulster unit, right? This facility is currently on lockdown. You shouldn't be here. I'm the Protector Controller on duty for this level. I don't know what kind of business you have here, but as you can probably see, we've got bigger issues right now. If you're looking for the commander, I have bad news for you. She got sick, and everyone else has gained sick too. That's really all I know about it. I'm sure the administrator knows more, but who knows where he is. I'm not going out there. I'm waiting here for new orders. Until then, I'm not taking any risks. The lock is defective. The door cannot be opened. Broken key. A strange rectangular key with a butterfly wing pattern. It looks like part of it is missing. An intricate butterfly wing made from colored glass is inlaid on one end of the key. Strange patterning on it. Okay, I've adjusted the lighting for y'all. Sorry about that. 4 of the coagulant and 5 of the pistol ammo. Rule of 6. Unlocks from the other side. Worker quarters west wing. The other side of those units we saw. Strange rectangular key with a butterfly wing pattern. It looks like part of it is missing. An intricate butterfly wing made from colored glass is inlaid on one end of the key. A strange rectangular key with a butterfly wing pattern. The corners of the key are cut out in an irregular pattern. The mood has worn off. Frequencies: Moon 51, Sun 87, Scales 118, Rook 149, Tree 181, Sword 243. No bullets left. Picked up repair spray plus. A single-use spray gun to fill damaged areas of fast-curing polyurethane-based foam restores a medium amount of health instantly. Polyurethane resin can be used to fix and fill damaged hull sections. Hardens instantly. Slightly catatonic, slightly fragmented. Pistol reloaded. Progress saved in File 2. Use butterfly key. A mysterious artifact is placed in the box. Pick up Plate of Eternity. Picked up Plate of Eternity. Broad Front Interplanetary Station 06. Technic. There's a replica radio module in the box. Pick up the radio module. Radio module installed. The radio module can receive radio transmissions on a frequency between 50 and 250 kHz. Access the radio module by pressing up in the inventory screen. When tuned to certain frequencies, automatically decoded messages will appear in the transcription window. REM64 Long-Wave Radio Receiver Module User Manual. The REM64 Long-Wave Radio Receiver Module allows a replica unit to directly receive and process LF, low-frequency, AM, amplitude modulation, radio transmissions in the range of 50 to 250 kHz. The REM64 module is installed in the module slot behind the left ear of Generation 5 replicas. To access the module's functionality, open the inventory screen and press W to open the subsystem screen. The receiver module will show up on the far left here. To switch the radio receiver on and off, press F. You can adjust the frequency with Q and E. When the receiver is on, the frequency indicator will light up red and the spectrogram bars will begin to move. When tuned to a station with a subcarrier signal, the signal label will ignite. When tuned to a station transmitting a data stream, the data label will ignite, and the transmitted data will be displayed in the transcription field at the bottom of the screen. A heavy hexagonal stone plate. It feels warm to the touch. The surface appears to be made of a smooth, polished black marble or granite, but there is something soft and wet inside. Recast temp 2 6 Viz 30 80 wind 2-5-20 end. Rot front. Forecast. To Radio Officer Young, Station 6. Dear Iris, I hope you and Ariane are both well. I've spoken to the officials at Aeon and they agreed that it would be best for Ariane to attend school in Sector C. I have a spare room she can stay in until she graduates. I know you two are inseparable, but we both know that it's best for your daughter if she receives a normal education in the city. Love, your sister, Camellia. Frequencies. Tree 181. There was a tree on the safe. Six oh 130. Six oh 130. Picked up identification card. An identification card for a member of the Protector medical staff. Authorizes access to the Protector elevator. Star S2320. Guard, Hospital Wing, Level 3, Cycle 39. Mineshaft A access. I need an administrator's key to call this elevator. Used identification card. Even censored in the digital display too. Shotgun rounds. .5mm flechette shotgun ammunition. 12-gauge shotgun shells, tightly packed with nail-like steel darts that spread out and rip into targets. Issa. Ah, it's you again. I'm glad you're still okay. Have you found who you're looking for? I'm looking for someone too. My sister. If you see her, would you tell her I'm looking for her? Don't worry, you'll recognize her when you see her. Have you ever wondered if you're speaking to someone for the last time without knowing? I wish I could go back so I could say something else. This place is very strange, isn't it? I wonder what happened here. But it doesn't really matter. You don't need to worry about me. I can take care of myself now. I can't keep relying on others. That's why she left me, after all. I'm sure of that now. Picked up repair patch. A, B, service level, doctor quarters. Power interruption. Control system is rebooting. Notice. Card impounded. Please contact administrator. Elevator controls locked. Floor 3. Unlocks from the other side. Picked up shotgun. It's subtle, but an actual fantastic piece of game design was done right there. At least that's my argument. You enter this new district, and because it's a new district, there are tons of different ways you could go. You just went through a couple of things that were off cutscene, and it could very well be that you haven't saved since you picked up the radio and gone through the elevator and everything else. So you enter the elevator lobby, and you see behind the desk a shotgun. In the next room, off to the side, there is an enemy below you and a door leading upward. You check the door leading upward because you know there's a shotgun there. And thus, the developers have put you directly in the save room before you enter the new district. Shotgun and flechettes. And the stun prod. Rule of 6 can only hold so much. A pump-action combat shotgun with collapsible stock fires 18.5mm flechette from a 5-shell internal magazine in a wide cone. 912 flechette can hit multiple targets at once. Low damage but high chance to stagger enemies at close range. SZKDS V3 Secure Access Card Print System. Insert blank card to begin print. Blank key required. The 3 golden stars of the nation adorn the stela. Sword. ANBHSRZ blank KE 1 2 blank 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 7 blank 9 0. Fire key required. Earth key required. Gold key required. Water key required. Air key required. Pump room key. A magnetic key card for the pump control room. Access card S23 personnel pump control room. It has a different livery, but that might be an Elster unit as well. Picked up repair spray. Picked up socket wrench handle. ARAR. All-purpose repair worker replica. ARA. Ah, so that's what type it was. That was not an Elster unit. Unlocked the door. Used pump room key. Blood drainage system malfunction. To all medical wing ARAs, the automatic equalizer pumps in the flood drainage system still appear to be broken, causing the lower level to be flooded. Since we're currently focusing repair efforts on the east wing staircase structure, the drainage system pressure has to be manually equalized from the control panel in the pump control room for now. To drain the water, make sure that both A and B tanks have the same amount of water in them, and that the C tank is completely empty. You can see the water levels in the tanks on the control panel. Press the buttons at the bottom of the panel to move water between the tanks using the air pressure system. It's a bit tricky to get the two tanks equalized this way because you can only move all the water in a tank at once this way, unless the receiving tank is full. With the pumps out of order, only tank A will fill up by itself. We'll look at this note in a moment. So this is the A to B section, and so A pointing down toward B will do that. And then we need tanks A and B to be equalized, so they're both at the red mark there. Damn. A lot of people have trouble with this type of puzzle, myself included. I do understand like some of the core idea of what you're supposed to how you're supposed to try and approach this kind of puzzle, but nonetheless, I do actually find it quite tough. Which brings us to something that's kind of funny. I might have it. Or if I do A to B, that's just going to leave me If this takes me more than 5 more minutes, we're going to look at the other note. Because I think it's kind of funny how, as I mentioned, there's a lot of people that have trouble with this kind of puzzle. And the other note is honestly kind of funny. You think slimes would be good at fluids? Shut up. Let's see. Where's the Prima strategy guide? 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That would leave that one with 1.
Cruelty.
Hang on, I need to... Didn't Resident Evil 2 or 3 have a puzzle like this? What's this inquiry? Oh. Moderator's timeout. See friend for 1 minute. Or whatever the minimum allowed is. Perfect, thank you. I have been silenced. Reservoir drainage instructions. With tank A full, here's how to equalize the reservoir. Fill tank B, then fill tank C with water only from B. Move the water from C back to tank A. Fill tank C again with the remaining water from tank B, then refill tank B from tank A. I had it almost right. B full, then C only with B. Then C returns to A. There we go. First try. Anyways, I think that's really funny. Silent Hill and Resident Evil and classic horror survival games that this is in the style of have that kind of puzzle, have those kind of puzzles to them. It's just tradition. Like, I think Resident Evil 4 has a puzzle where you need to shoot a wine glass in a painting, and this unlocks a door for some reason. Extremely contrived mechanical systems. So, they wanted to... Yeah, that feels like the developer wanted to include one, because, you know, puzzles, and, you know, variety. But also understands that the water filling puzzle, people really hate those sometimes. And so, like, you know what? A unique circuit is etched onto the card. Water key. No space to carry a repair patch. Two disposable stun prods. 5 shotgun shells, 4 prods. And we'll keep the socket wrench just in case. The water key we can keep stored because we know where that goes. Presumably. Unlock the door. Blank key. A blank template for a special access card. The blank has 1 row of contacts less than the original keys. Elster is allowed to kick around a box with her hooves as a treat. Picked up video cassette. A color video cassette for playback on a video cassette player. 512 SVK. 45 out of 100. An SVK format compact cassette containing chromium dioxide magnetic tape. Personal grievance form P14. Data filing personnel grievance form 8420F. Full protector ID of unit filing grievance. ARR S2308 replica. Status staff. Department medical. Full protector IDs of involved units. ARR S2311 replica. Date time of incident. All the time. Location of incident. Medical wing. Description. Elf keeps using my wrench and misplacing the 10mm socket. I have been reprimanded for not repairing the fan and the vent in the lower level, but I can't remove the vent cover without a 10mm wrench socket. I know she's doing it on purpose. There's a keycard laying in the vent, but the slits in the vent cover are too narrow for me to reach through. I need a wrench with a fitting socket to remove the air vent cover. Used blank key. Whoops. Used blank key. Use water key. Picked up auto injector. Replica KL stim N so forth life 2.0 milliliter package insert. Package leaflet. Information for the user. Replica circulatory stimulant, liquid injection and auto injector. Active component replica Kreislauf stimulans N 99.9. Warning, extremely potent for replica use only. Sorry for absolutely butchering that. What is replica KL Stim N instant help and when to take it? KL Stim N is a sterile solution in an auto-injector pen for emergency injection. KL Stim N instantly acts on the replica circulatory system, restoring the system health. KL Stim N is intended to be used to avoid critical system failure in replica frames generation 3 and up. How to use replica KL Stim N. The KL Stim N auto-injector can be used directly from the inventory screen. You can also equip the auto-injector in the inventory screen to the tool slot to use it on the move. To use the auto-injector on the move, hold C for the entire duration of the injection. When equipped to the tool slot, the auto-injector will activate automatically when the replica system would otherwise fail, preventing system failure and instantly restoring the system partially. Always seek medical attention after averted system failure. Alina's diary, 2. Something is wrong. Nobody will tell me what's happening, but ever since I woke up, everyone has been behaving strangely. The protectors won't let me leave my room and return to work, even even though the wound from my fall is already healed. I think there must have been an accident at the mine. I overheard two Yules whispering in front of my room that they're running out of staff. I'm worried that something has happened to Elster. I haven't heard from her in a while. I can't just sit around here any longer. Alinacio. Use video cassette. Picked up gold key. Special access card with a gold motif. Something seems strange about the key, like it doesn't belong here. Snow just like... It's snowing up there?
Pacifism.
It shall be done. There's someone inside the oxygen tent. It's hard to look at her. I see. Yule. Everyone's turned weird. I'm the only one left, I think. Will I get sick like the others too? I'm scared. I don't want to die. You look kind of familiar. Have we met before? At first it was only Commander Falk who fell ill. Slowly, everyone started behaving strangely. I'm too scared to go outside. I don't want to become like the others. I don't want to die. All safe codes. At least one worker might be aware of the code broadcasting. A sword, but it's letters. Sword is 243. 7, 5, 9, 8, 1. Sword. 7 equals Z. 5 equals S. 9 equals K. Z, S, K. Eight equals something. 1 equals A. ZSK blank A. Yep. ZSKFA. Ah. Pick up eidetic module. No space to carry incinerator room key. Picked up incinerator room key. Access card S23 personnel incinerator. Locked anyway.
Cruelty.
So it shall be. Deliver the gold key first. See various objects laid out under the X-ray apparatus behind the glass. 3 bullets. Replica limb, maybe? Artificial skull with a full brain inside. I would guess this is a watch, but it's got no display on it. It's just a clockwork mechanism. Used incinerator room key. Pictite thermite flare. Proper disposal of corpses. From Euler S2306 to Euler S2305. My, as you've probably heard, there have been multiple accounts of bodies of decommissioned protectors spontaneously reactivating and acting in an effective manner. Based on November's autopsy report, it seems that all affected units showed some sort of cancerous growth in their organic components. According to her, unless completely incinerated, this growth may reactivate the replica even after it's been dead for hours. We don't know what causes this one, we're unsure who's affected. We can't keep up with incinerating all the bodies with just 2 incinerators that constantly need recalibrating, so we're improvising. These thermite flares are able to melt through replica armor and burn the organic components from the inside. I've requisitioned more of them, but there was some paperwork missing, so I'll have to wait a bit longer. Judy. investigate backwards. Which direction is up and down? Oxygen is right, though. Close on CO2. How's this? One more. One more. Picked up fire key. An old photographic memory module allows recording up to 6 visual memories, incredibly outdated, but might still be useful. When equipped, it can record up to 6 visual memories as grayscale images. Old images are automatically overwritten when taking a picture. Dirt. That may not be right. I have it maybe mirrored. Or in the wrong position. Just go back to the imaging room. Well, I'll be damned, I got right. I successfully rotated it, and I successfully accounted for it being mirrored. Where have I not been? Where's that damn wrench socket? There was one room that I didn't investigate too much because I was pacifist at that moment. It's not in here, though. Hmm. Earth Key was right. Hmm. Probably missing something obvious. Yep, sure am. Examination room key. There we go. I will note that Signalis was streamed in part by my partner in crime, Unicids, previously. And I have her blessing for continuing where she left off. Thank you to Unicids, whose VTuber model was drawn by the same artist as mine, and also, if not for her leading by example, I would not be a VTuber myself. Hey, a little metal chunk. Quick curing construction foam. Since the ration plan has changed again, we're short on quick curing repair spray. Turns out we can make our own by combining coagulant K with normal expanding PU foam. It won't expand as much, but it'll harden instantly and make a fairly solid bond if you're in a rush to get some repairs done. You can use normal replica repair patches since they're a pretty easy source of coagulant K, and just combine them with normal repair sprays. 10mm hex socket adapter for hexagonal bolts would be used with the universal wrench. Without a handle, it's impossible to use. A universal wrench handle fit with a hexagonal 10mm socket adapter. Perfect for losing 10mm hexagonal bolts. Hang on. Ah, this is another one of the manual for the auto-injector. Almost got that door open. High power hollow tip 12mm revolver ammunition. Old Imperially produced 12 by 44mm hollow point bullets. Deform and fracture on impact for immense impact power. Use 10mm socket wrench. Pick up air key. A special access card with an air motif. A unique circuit is etched onto the card. Off by one. Used air key. I think we've used up all the keys we need, so we can run a little bit heavy without issue, I think. It looks like I can safely drop down into the room below. Drop down? Adler. A visitor. Welcome to our facility. You've caught us at an unfortunate time. How can I help you? I'm looking for a gestalt. A worker at our facility? Let me see that picture. Alina Seo. I believe she's one of our factory workers. However, you shouldn't have returned. Issa. I must have fallen asleep while waiting for Erica. Did she already go home without me? We wanted to get some books from the library together. I should check if she's still there. I wanted to go to the library and look for Erica before I go home. Road front, Sector C, Mandelbrot. Library. The lock is defective. The door cannot be opened. That's a pretty good spot to stop, I think. Thank you for joining me on this, y'all, and apologies for... apologies? Thank you for your understanding in how I am approaching streaming this game, because for games like this where I really want to show something off and do it as much justice as I can, you'll notice I've been extremely diligent about reading every single piece of text and all that sort of thing, and trying to not harm the mood of the game. Allow yourself to get immersed in it. And so that's why I've been pretty strict about discussing anything and everything that may or may not happen further on in the game. It's my way of respecting what this game is, because this is genuinely one of my favorite horror media of all time, so... Game demands some gravitas, exactly. Right then. Thank you all so much for joining me, and thank you for your support to this channel. Whether you're watching in post, watching live, or actively supporting, all of it is deeply appreciated. Amarok just started playing one of my favorite games. So, Timberborn. You will not ever see me stream Timberborn, probably. It is one of the games that I decide that I shall reserve as being for me. But if you want to see another person play it, Timberborn is the one and only colony management game that I have ever enjoyed. City management, colony management, society management of any kind. Timberborn's the only one. You control beavers in the long post-human Earth, and so, being beavers, you build wooden structures, you tend to dams and you control water in order to help life spread. Thank you for joining me, and to another place, my friends.